All right. Good afternoon to everyone. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Salamat ulit sa pag-join sa ating COVID break. It's our 6th COVID break. Ibig sabihin, 6 weeks na ang lockdown, or 7 weeks na pala, but we started a week after that. So thank you for continuing to support us. This is MARV De Leon. I'm the host of the Freelance Blend podcast and admin of this Samahan group on Facebook. And today our topic is how to pandemic-proof your business. And it's a school edition. So ang mga guests natin is in the education industry. So before we introduce our fine guests, I'd like to introduce our lovely co-hosts. I'll start with Daise.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Daise, and I'm an online business manager. But then prior to that, I used to be a physics teacher. So I teach high school students. And then when I had my own kids, I eventually decided that I want to homeschool them. So I have 5 kids, and I've been homeschooling them for over 7 years now.
All right. So tama-tama sa ating topic. We can discuss that, especially na maraming parents who are right now, I'm sure, medyo hindi nila alam kung ano mangyari sa upcoming na school year, kung matutuloy ba, ano bang ginagawa ng schools to adjust. So yeah, so thank you, Daise. And we also have H.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hello. So, my name is H. I'm a content strategist and also the co-founder for Creative Labs, a digital marketing agency. Bago ako napunta sa call center saka sa digital marketing, I was also a teacher. So, I was a Kumon instructor. So, medyo iba din yung approach ko when it comes to teaching. At the same time, I also homeschool my child with ASD. So, hello.
All right. Thank you, H. I hope na you're all doing okay. That's why we're doing this COVID break na to give inspiration sa mga entrepreneurs, especially now because of this COVID thing. And hopefully through this session, especially sa mga small business owners, yung mga those who are owners of schools, maybe they can get, at least after this, may makuha sila ideas from our guest for today. So if you have questions, just feel free to comment below this video. If you're outside the group, yung Samana group, you can join also. Just type samahangroup.org and then I will approve you. So titinan ko maya yung aking phone to approve people. You may need to enable StreamYard. Kung hindi kayo maka-comment, go to streamyard.com first /Facebook to authenticate or approve StreamYard para makapag-comment kayo sa ating session today. Okay, and we have also humabol si Tata. Hello, Tata. Okay ba yung video and audio? So si Tata Diosio, she's also part of our Samahan group, pero naputol siya. So I think she's having technical problems. So I'll introduce now our guests and then we'll ask them to talk more about what they do, at saka yung schools nila. So first, ladies first, I'll read her bio. So we have Marianne de la Cruz. She's a teacher for almost 20 years. Currently, the Academic Systems and Operations Manager for Mano, Amiga Academy, a not-for-profit school. She's in charge of marketing, collections, and overall facilities of the school. She's also a business consultant for online sellers on Instagram and copywriter. So doon ko nakilala si Anne actually sa freelancing community. So hello, Anne. And then I'll
Hello.
introduce, yeah, hello. So, and then I'll also introduce Teacher Noni. So si Teacher Noni Odulio is father of three, program director of Little Archers Learning Center for 14 years, which has branches in Makati, Paranaque, and Mall of Asia in Pasay. So disclaimer na I'm also a partner in Mall of Asia branch. That's why tawag kay Noni is partner. Although hindi kami life partners, partners in business. So my good
Minsan
friend,
karayom din. Ako lang. Hindi naman karayom.
minsan, my good friend, Teacher Noni. So akala nila babae si Noni, lalaki po siya.
Matagal pa nang problema yun. Pero ladies first, Anne. Anne
Yes.
first.
And can you talk more about what you do for the school and what does Mano Amiga? Where is Mano Amiga and ano ba yung ginagawa ni Mano Amiga?
Ayun. Hello. So Mano Amiga is a non-profit school and it's located in Better Living Paranaque. And ano bang sasabihin ko? Currently, we have 224 students. What I do is I make sure that the operations in the school as well, and then I help in the marketing, I help in the planning, and at the same time, I make sure that the culture in the school, within the community and the families are intact. So, yan, very important sa aming culture. Yeah, I think that's about it muna.
All right, thank you, Anne. And we'll dive deep later on yung mga ginagawa nyo ngayon, especially during the COVID season and what will happen after the ECQ, GCQ. And next is again my partner Noni.
So hello everyone. My name is Noni Odulio. I'm the program director of the Little Archers Learning Center. We have 3 branches. The first one is in Multinational Village in Paranaque. The second one is in SM Mall of Asia in Pasay, and the third one is in San Lorenzo Village in Makati. We're preschool, operating, giving out the kinder levels and the pre-K levels. So we have 4 levels. We last year we had about 150 kids all in all in our three branches. So we're a small preschool, and we're happy to keep it that way because it provides us the opportunity to be able to give very targeted and very personal education to our learners. That's it.
All right, thank you. So I guess we start with yung topic na tanong ngayon ng mga parents, how ano ba yung nangyayari ngayon sa education industry? I mean, paano ba especially those who are not familiar with online learning or virtual learning, virtual classroom. So, ano ba yung ginagawa ng particularly yung schools nyo to address this concern? Will you not open until mawala tong COVID crisis na to? Or are you doing something that will address this current situation? Let's start with Anne.
Okay. Yeah. Alam mo kasi inabutan kami ng lockdown eh. Literally. So may klase pa kami because we started in August. So we were just starting the 3rd trimester. So unlike yung ibang schools na patapos na, it was very easy. So kami, we had to literally transition from the regular classroom to an online classroom. So how did we do that? It was crazy because I had to tell them that we can use Facebook, but then of course, dahil nga walang training, it got a little messy, like, the format and all. So probably some are asking, bakit ba kasi Facebook yung ginagamit nyo? Kasi again, non-profit kami, we can't be using another platform. At the same time, if we use another platform, it would mean another expense for the children and hindi namin ma-afford yun. Same with our students. So, ang kagandahan, Marbs and others, natatry namin ngayon. So, nakita namin yung mga mistakes, yung mga failures namin dahil nga, number one, hindi makita ng mga bata kung ano na yung aaralin nila because it's all over. They did not utilize Facebook well. And yung mga magulang hindi rin alam kung paano gamitin yung units, kung naka-units man yung classroom. In short, magkakaiba bawat classroom. Iba yung gamit ng isa, ibang utilize lang, topics, yung iba nag-units, walang uniformity. So, it's crazy. I think the advantage of us is na-try namin ngayon. So, pagdating ng next school year, nakagather na kami ng mga feedback and all, we can create a proper system. So, mas magiging organized na kami. So, ganun yung nangyari sa amin. So, ngayon, we're in the process of planning, putting things together, like all the feedback we received, trying to make sense, alin yung okay, alin yung doable, alin yung hindi. But definitely, one of the things na na-realize namin, very important yung live recording or live sessions ng teacher. So right now, may mga teachers kami nasa provinces. So limited din yung internet connection nila. So we have to live with what we have. So ganun, parang band-aid yung nangyari currently. So yeah, yun yung for now. Yeah. So we're in the planning stage. By next week, ando na kami sa polishing kung ano na yung gagawin namin for the coming school year. Anyway, August pa naman. So medyo mahaba pa yung aming pag-prepare on that aspect.
So, you were using Facebook groups, tama ba?
Yes.
Facebook groups. And then yung mga units. Ano yun? Parang per classroom may Facebook group?
Yeah, ganon.
Per classroom. Okay.
Oo, pero dahil ang mga magulang, sanay lang sila na ang Facebook ay may nagpo-post. Right? Hindi yan parang alam nilang i-navigate. Sa kanila parang, ay, ito yung post na gusto ko. Di ba? Ganun lang. But it's different. This time, lesson yun ng mga bata and ang crazy talaga. Kasi maraming magulang hindi alam. Maraming mga bata naman alam nila pero parang, syempre, hindi nila nakikita yung teacher somehow demotivating. So, ayun. So, kumbaga, maraming nasubukan. Actually, nag-volunteer akong magturo last week. Ngayong week pala na to. And I had to test kung ano yung nagkiklik sa bata. Na kung possible ba yung interaction within Facebook platform. Kasi nakikita ko yun, halimbawa, pag nag-post si John Pagulayan in one of the groups, di ba? Ang daming nagko-comment. So naisip ko, pwedeng magkaroon ng engagement kahit mahina ang internet mo by commenting. And it worked. It worked. So sabi ko, that's something we can adapt as well. So ang dami naming natutunan. Very good na tinry na namin siya. So academic side lang yun. Later na yung ibang aspect.
Okay. So, yung sa inyo, your K to 10, sabi mo, tama ba? So, merong siguro meron dong mga bata na mas matanda, na mas tech-savvy, versus yung iba na assisted by parents.
Actually, ang problema namin, dahil non-profit kami, walang device yung iba, or walang load. They don't have enough money to buy load. So, yun yung mga challenges na kailangan namin kaharapin at tulungan sila kung paano maitatawid. Like, meron kaming estudyante, wala silang internet. Walang internet connection doon, walang signal. So, we came up with something like, sabi ko, sige, print natin, then ipalala-move na lang natin. Kapag ipapasa niya na, ipipick up ko, and then I'll have it, we have to find a way then. Pero, yun nga, we have to make it sustainable din. Kasi, for now, I think that will be the new normal.
So, paano yun sabi mo yung mga walang device? Paano sila nakaka-join?
Okay.
Meron donate or paano yun?
Currently, dahil nga, di ba, we're stuck with what we have, meron kami kasing kaunting tablet sa school. So, pinaayos namin yon. I mean, pin-repair namin. And then, may partnership kami with Globe. So, meron kaming Wi-Fi router. Yun yung pinadala namin doon sa isang pamilya na talagang 3 silang estudyante pero wala silang gadget. Kasi initially, nangihiram lang yung nanay niya ng cellphone sa kapitbahay. And I just learned about it parang 2 weeks ago. So, ngayong week lang namin na nagawa ng paraan. So, we had to make sure na gumagana yung tablet.
Okay. Before we go to Noni, naisip ko lang, like, kasi last week, yung guest namin si Jason De La Rosa of Bounce Back.
Yes.
Baka you can post it sa Bounce Back and then somebody can donate or help sa mga yung kailangan nyo, di ba?
Oo.
Yeah. So, Noni, kayo naman, so paano naman kayo nag-adjust?
For us, it was fairly easier. But the first thing, kasi yung nag-announce ng bago nag-ECQ, the week before that, nag-suspend ng classes. The ECQ was announced ng March, basta parang March 15 or something. March 15. Sa Pasay, for example, nag-suspend ng classes nung Monday pa lang, nung March 9. March 8 pa lang, wala nang pasok.
Yeah.
And then by March 9 was a Monday, so March 9. So and then the other municipalities also suspended their classes. I think March 10, effective March 10. At that time, 2 of our branches, the one in Multi and the one in Makati, were already doing our year-end performance tasks for our pupils. So that is the year-end assessment of the learning of the kids. The MOA branch, because we started there a month later, was just about started with the 3rd trimester. So same with Anne, the same situation that we found ourselves in. So the first thing that I did when the suspensions were announced, I met with the teachers individually kasi at that time, pwede pa gumalaw may movement pa Suspended pa na yung classes So I met with the teachers in our branches, and the first thing I told them was 2 things. I had a meeting with them, so I told them 2 things. First off, I told them that I don't know how long this will last, the suspensions. Kasi nga, I foresaw already that there was going to be a long-term impact. So I told them, I don't know how long this is going to last, but we have a commitment we have to maintain. And the commitment is to be able to provide education to the kids. So we have to be able to continue with our mission. That's the first thing I told them. So we had to find solutions to be able to do that. So for Multi and for Makati, for our 2 branches who were doing the assessments, our assessments kasi is very hands-on since we're a progressive school. So a lot of everything that the kids are doing, it's all practical. Very limited, if ever, yung worksheet or written assessments, only because if it's only necessary for the teachers to gauge that particular skill or competency in the child, for them to be able to write or perform something using paper and pen. Otherwise, all the assessments are hands-on and practical. So, mahirap mag-transition to a practical assessment na distance learning. So what we had to do, I had the teachers, all of our branches, set up Google Classrooms. Google Classroom is a free service from Google. So you can go to Google Classroom. The URL, I think, is classroom.google.com. And then from there, you can set up your classrooms, and then you can arrange your topics, your lessons according to topics. So you can arrange it according to subject matter, or maybe per week. It depends on how you want to do it. And then there, you can also put up the materials that you're going to be using to teach. So you can put an overview of you can actually even put your own entire lesson plan there if you're so inclined. And then You can also attach multimedia materials as part of the instructions. So what I had the teachers do for Makati and for Multi was I told them they had to video themselves given the instructions. Kasi the instructions were supposed to be provided. So I told them they had to video themselves and then upload those videos to the Google Classrooms and then para makita ng parents kung paano gagawin yung performance task ng mga bata. And then the performance tasks of the kids also had to be modified. So there were some na kailangan some tweaking, and then we were able to send those out. We gave options for the parents to either pick them up from school or we can forward to them the materials. So what we did was since thankfully our parents naman have gadgets and the internet connection. So when they got the materials, they recorded themselves and their kids. They recorded the kids doing the materials, doing the performance tasks, and then they also uploaded the same recordings to the Google Classrooms. So our teachers are able to assess appropriately the competencies that they wanted to assess from the kids. So yun yung ginawa namin for the year end for our two centers. For MOA naman, since continuous in learning, so na-transition talaga, all of the lessons were done electronically. And in the same vein, yun yung ginawa namin, we uploaded the topics online and then gave the access to the parents, and then they had the options nga of either printing out any worksheets or any materials and then having them do it. Yung problema ko naman, yung parents ko, walang printer yung iba. So, minodify ng teachers yung activities para pwede magawa ng bata in real time online. So, ang ginawa din namin, sa MOA naman, we started using Zoom as a platform. So, sabi nga ni Ann, realize nila very important yung live video. And that's something intuitively we also realized and we also knew na kailangan talaga mangyari. So, we have online classes with our kids na kasabay ng schedule nila. So, if the kids schedule before, the ECQ was, dapat yung klase nila was 9 o'clock in the morning hanggang 12 noon. So, nagka-class sila ng that time, 9 to 12. But not the entire duration kasi nakakapagod yun. So, may mga breaks naman in between. And then sa hapon, ganoon din, may klase din. So, they have that online classes through Zoom. They perform what they would do regularly. They would have their story time, the circle time, and then the story time. And then their activities and discussions of the topics based on the story. So, we were able to follow our curriculum using Zoom. So we used Zoom as our virtual. It is a real time. It is currently also a real time class. So we're using it, and then Google Classroom is dun naka-reference yung mga activities saka exercises ng mga kids. So that's the first thing I told them, continuation of business. We have to continue our business. The second thing I told our teachers was they shouldn't have to worry about their salaries. So what we did, I advanced their salaries as much as I could. So I had initially wanted to advance the entire month ahead of time sana, pero cash flow was a concern. So na-advance ko naman yung before the payroll was due. So thankfully hanggang ngayon covered pa rin yung mga employees ng school. Kasi nga we're a for profit, so we have to be able to meet our requirements naman, our responsibilities. And the first responsibility was to our teachers. We had to make sure that they were taken care of. So yun yung ginawa namin. And then after, so even so it was so actually heartbreaking. Share ko lang kasi naka-schedule kami na we will have our moving up ceremonies dapat by the end of the month, end of March. And din yan, na we were still hoping actually that we would be able to do the moving up ceremonies sometime after, pero mukhang malabo na. But we were still able to do something online. The teachers, we had a Zoom session with all of our parents and all of our teachers and our kids. And then we had a virtual moving up ceremony, and it was very poignant. Kasi, for the 14 years that I've been doing this, I've been the program director of the schools. I've always looked forward to being able to shake the hand of the parents, because the parents are what sustain us and what provide us the funds to be able to continue our operations, to be able to continue our mission. And for a lot of the parents and the kids also, ang last memory ko of them is seeing them on a stage and shaking their hands. We have their kids for 3-4 years, and then at the age kasi they're very integral part of the child's development. So as a teacher, you feel a certain sense of responsibility and that sense of a special role that you have. So we cherish that role, and for us to not so yun yung last memory ko of the parents and of the kids, shaking their hands and seeing and congratulating them for moving up. And then it's heartbreaking that for the kids this school year, I will not be able to have that interaction with them. And we have parents that that have been with us for 10 years, multi-generational na, yung mga kapatid nung kapatid, nung unang enrollee sa school, nag-enroll pa rin sa amin. So, this is something na we look forward to, and it's just, it's really sad that we weren't able to do it. And we're planning to have our moving up ceremony also for MOA ng March 8, and so also May 8. It's also going to be online. It's also going to be very heartbreaking also, very bittersweet. Pero we move forward, we pick up, and we continue. So ang ginagawa namin ngayon, since after that moving up ceremonies, I knew that our pupils also needed to have that interaction pa rin and that connection. Kasi nga, very new, very special tong ECQ eh. It's a extraordinary circumstance eh. So I asked our teachers to have daily online read alouds. So we've been using Zoom every day, every weekday. We've been having sessions. We've been having 2 sessions actually. The first session has been exclusive to our centers in the morning, and then in the afternoon we open up the read alouds to everyone through Zoom. So we were able to, I was saying that we've been transitioning kami. We've had about 6 weeks of practice already using our online modes, and that's why we're confident that we'll be able to have a good transition to distance learning, to blended learning this coming school year.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let me just backtrack yung sa sinabi mo about the graduation. Well, I know that since being yung kids ko nga, I mentioned before we went on live na students sila, product sila ng Little Archers, and culminating event talaga yung, I think in any preschool or school is as the graduation or moving up day. Pero sabi mo you were able to do it in Zoom. Paano yung so siguro paano yun? Ilang tao yung nasa loob ng Zoom, or did you
one of the benefits, and we're still maintaining that, we're a small school. Our school's population tops at about 70 per center, and we're keeping it that way. And ang Zoom naman kasi ang capacity is 100 accounts eh. So nagkasya naman yung sa Zoom. So anong ginagawa namin pag Zoom, the host and Zoom kasi has the ability to mute the participants. And then, so we mute the participants, and then kung kailangan, para the teachers have control of the discussion. And then pag merong mga bagay na kailangan nilang tanongin sa mga estudyante na feedback or answers, then they unmute them. They unmute the kids. So, hindi nagiging magulo. Pero during the moving up ceremonies, StreamYard has this function, but Zoom also has a function of screen share. So what we did was we made videos, our moving up videos, and then we put it on YouTube, and then we played that video, premiered that video together with the parents. So we were watching it in real time, so it was being premiered to the world. Kumbaga. So this is also the first time. This is the first time for me to have seen that video. First time for the parents to have seen that video. So the raw emotions were there. Grabe, buti na lang wala nag-record kasi pare humahagulgul ako. I was crying when I gave the closing remarks. I was crying. I was really crying because the emotions were there, and right now I'm a bit emotional. So yeah, you grow to love the kids. You grow to love the kids that you take care of, and seeing them off, kumbaga yun yung reward mo na lang talaga na after taking care of these kids for a year or 4 years, you see how much they've grown, you see how much they develop, and yun lang talaga seeing them grow up on stage, wishing them well, congratulating them and their parents for working hard, and doing it. That's it. And that's something that we weren't able to do this year.
Matanong nga si Kats kung nasan yung video na humahagulgul ka.
Wala. Well, meron kami ngayon sa March sa MOA. Malamang umiyak ako ulit doon.
Pero ko lang, interested ako. Paano yun? So naka-on din yung video ng yung camera ng kids. Tapos tatawagin nyo live yung name nila. And then,
yes.
Ganun talaga. Apart from the video.
Kasi nga, the interface kasi ng Zoom, if you're using a laptop, pwede mo makita lahat ng participants .
Yeah.
Sa mobile phones lang siya limited to 4, I think to 4 per screen. At most. Pero if you're using a laptop or a big tablet like an iPad, makikita mo naman yata lahat. So it's very exciting because the kids see their classmates.
Yeah.
These are kids. These are their co-learners, and they've been with them for 9-10 months already. They're friends. Their parents are friends. So kaya important because it keeps the kids in touch with their peers. So even if they don't see them physically, seeing them virtually gives them that assurance that even if we're locked inside our homes, the outside world is still there, and our connections that we've made are still present, which is crucially important for young kids because they need to be able to feel that assurance. You need to be able to feel that affirmation that things are going to be well, things are going to be fine. But I think actually for everyone, especially for business owners right now, we need to have that assurance that we will bounce back, we will get up from this.
All right. Thank you, Noni. Yung sa ating mga homeschoolers, si H and Daise, kayo naman, paano naman yung may adjustment ba sa COVID or parang same lang? Since you've been doing it for years naman. Nakamute. H, Daise?
Yeah, H, you wanna start?
Si Daise na muna kasi siya yung mas maraming kids.
Well, with us, honestly, not much change. Kasi nga we've been doing this for a while, so sanay na with learning from home and then the use of online platforms and resources. Siguro what changed lang is that right now, they know na it's not just them or their fellow homeschooling friends they now know na parang everyone is experiencing that too. So parang in their heads, like, uy, mas dumami tayo. And then, so when they have like, dito sa subdivision, nung hindi pa talaga total lockdown, parang yun ang topic ng mga parents and friends nila. So, insights, especially sa eldest kids na nagkalala ng basketball. So, like, I even have parents from Zubelda na inquiring about what it is to homeschool kasi parang, yun nga, parang the plan is if this does not completely end, diba? Parang a portion of the lessons will be done online. So, few of the parents are considering so, a lot of inputs are coming in. Parents both now working from home and from traditional school before. But in terms of us learning, ngayon talagang vacation mode kami. Ang thing that's consistent is, that's why I smiled when teacher Noni said about read aloud. Because that's one thing that's constant. Talagang aloud lang. With it, is read them. Kasi it's the bond na you get together, parang that you build as parents. But ano naman po sa yung eldest kid, there's still certain books that we read together as a family, like Chronicles of Narnia, diba? Parang experience pa, it's like collective. So when they grow up as siblings and they see this book, then it's gonna be a shared memory. So to answer the question, Mark, not much has changed. In fact, parang they're helping their friends then to adjust na parang kasi may homeschool ka pala dito, pero now, ano ba yan? That's now the narrative. And then, yan, allows lang ang nangyayari. So, vacation mode kami.
Vacation mode. Thank you, Daise. Ikaw naman, H.
Sa akin medyo malaki yung change kasi yung anak ko may special needs. So, our brand of homeschool is different. Ito rin kasi yung nakakatuwa sa homeschooling. Although, I tried yung traditional schooling before, but it wasn't for us. Ang nangyari kasi sa amin, nakafocus kami sa therapy sessions ni Kai. So, when he turned 7 this year, nag-uusap kami ng teachers na mas focus, kasi dati more on like yung practical applications yung mga ginagawa. So, ngayon, nagpo-focus na kami dun sa education niya. And that's also one thing that we did when he turned 7, yung i-enroll siya sa Kumon. So, biggest challenge sa amin is yung transition, kasi everyday dati, parang magmula na nagpupunta si Kai, halos everyday, nasa labas din kami. So, meron siyang, parang Wednesday lang yung break niya. So, when the quarantine came in, meron pa akong worksheets ng Kumon. So, everyday we were doing that. And everyday naman, nakikita ko naman talaga yung niya. So, ang naging challenge lang namin, nung biglang nagsabi na April, hindi na magbibigay ng worksheets kasi nga hindi pwedeng pumasok yung mga teachers, walang mag-a-assign and all that. So, technically kami ngayon, nakastop kami. Ang iniisip ko na lang more is yung life lessons. Yung parang life teaching kami ngayon kasi nga we have 2 babies here sa bahay. So, technically, he's learning how to take care of babies. Ayan. Tapos, he's still reading every time we have a chance. Tapos, kumbaga mas more on conversation kami kasi Kai has a challenge with speaking. So, yun yung focus namin. So, ang change lang talaga is natutuwa ako sa kanya kasi ngayon, he talks about like, he's well-adjusted na kahit sabihin mo hindi kami nag-therapy. Although yung therapy nag-offer din at that time na gusto nyo ba ng online sessions na parang ang sa akin, I didn't go for that kasi iba kasi yung approach nila. So one-on-one kasi sa pagdating sa therapy. And I'm not sure if Kai would respond positively dun sa ganun. Kasi hindi talaga, unlike yung mga normal kids, si Kai, meron siya talaga medyo maiksi yung attention span niya. So, we opted not to go for the sessions. Instead, focus on like applicable learnings. Kunyari, yan, tinuturuan ko siya kung paano mag-bake na. Nagtuturuan kami ng, this is vegetables, ganyan. Tapos, mas nakakatuwa, mas nakakakain na siya ng veggies. Mas marami kaming time together. So, yun naman, kumbaga parang more on application talaga yung sa amin. And ang nangyayari din sa amin, meron kaming mga alternative lessons like sa Netflix. Sobrang thankful ako kasi sa Netflix. Meron yung mga shows na educational talaga. So, I let him watch. Tapos may period lang. I let him use the phone. Kasi iba din yung stress level sa mga bata eh. Kung tayong mga parents na stress tayo dun sa nangyayari na we're not used to going out. I mean, even if we're home based, we're so used to like going out whenever we want, or kahit dine out or whatever. So ako, ginagawa ko naman to lessen his stress din. Every day meron siya sinasabi sa akin na list na parang, Mommy, after this coronavirus, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then sinasabi niya rin na parang the nurses will kill the virus, ganyan. So even if wala kami yung formal lessons na ginagawa, occasionally nandiyan yung tatay ko magtuturo sa kanya mag-drawing or something na bago. Even if we're not technically doing the hard stuff, meron pa rin talaga learning. So, yun lang siguro yung change, yung kasi nga therapy and all, but technically it's still the same thing. So, wala naman masyadong impact.
Mhm. No change, not much change. Not much. Yung sabi mo, Netflix, hindi naman Chloe yan,
Hindi, natapos ko na. Hindi, ang pinapanood niya, natuwa ako kasi meron kasi meron kaming rule na hindi siya pwede mag-YouTube. Kasi nga, hindi mo control yung sa YouTube saka kung saan napupunta yung videos. So, nung nakaraan, kinakanta niya sa akin si Gandhi. So, sabi niya, Mommy, do you know who Gandhi is? Like, he's a vegetarian. Gumagano siya. Parang sabi ko, okay. So, parang sa akin, naman, yun din siguro yung difference dahil nga kami ni Dennis work from home. Nakikita niya din yung, kumbaga parang may feeling siya na nag-work siya kasi nag-study siya. So, ganun. So, may kusa naman siya. But you know what? Ako naman, with all these happening, yan nga, sina Teacher Noni tsaka si Teacher Anne, napapansin ko dun sa mga conversations na kukuha ko from WAMs na nagtatrabaho sa bahay pero yung mga anak nila na estudyante nasa bahay, mas doble yung stress levels nila compared sa aming homeschoolers. So, parang ako may question ako for them, for our teachers. Especially kasi di ba iba-iba naman yung grade levels. Like si Teacher Anne, ang handle niya is yung mga from kids hanggang pataas. And then Teacher Noni naman is yung mga preschoolers. Do you have any tips for first-timers na talagang walang background sa teaching but now they're faced with the challenge of like assisting kids with their homework na naka-home base or for like activities? Paano kapag naubusan na ng gagawin yung mga bata? Do you have any like tips to share with the parents out there who's currently stuck at home?
Gusto mo mauna, Sir Teacher Noni?
Sige. Well, unang-una, for the parents who are, I think, looking for different modalities of learning for their kids because of COVID, it's very important that you have a provider that you are able to trust, and that the provider you get is well equipped to respond to your unique requirements. Kasi very crucial na I think the providers, especially in education, are able to accept nga that there are different situations. Yung sabi ni Anne, for her case, may mga batang walang internet connection, may mga so it really depends on your market and also what you can do. Siguro for tip lang, insight lang siguro. Well, kasi ako, I have my 3 kids, my own kids. They all go to La Salle Zobel. And Zubel since 2012, I think, already transitioned to having online learning. They call it blended learning, and it's something also that we're calling our own online platforms. They transition to blended learning as a modality for delivering education to their kids. One of the things lang that I noticed with what Zubel was doing, and this is observation I think that is shared by a lot of other parents, is una-una, ang ginagawa ng before, ang ginagawa ng Zubel was they would upload the requirements for the kids to do on Google Classroom, and then they would just let the kids do it themselves. So self-study, kumbaga. Which I found lacking. Kasi may mga bata kailangan ng instruction eh. Kaya ang ginawa namin when we transitioned, I had the teachers go online talaga and be live. Kasi there has to be live instruction. That's the first thing. The second thing that I realized that medyo naguguluhan ako was Zubel was using a lot of different platforms for the kids to use. May Google Classroom, may Qubits, may a lot of different other services. Which, for a parent, medyo magulo siya. Kasi kung gusto mong subaybayan yung learning ng anak mo, kailangan alam mo kung paano ka mag-login do sa mga bawat platform na yun, tapos iisa-isahin mo siya. Zubel, they also have their own platform for notes and homeworks for their own kids. So, check mo yun. Tapos sabihin ng teacher, I uploaded this here to this platform. So, check yung platform na yun. Medyo magulo. So, for a parent who's working, na hindi naman talaga nag-homeschool, mahirap siya kasi kailangan mo pang subaybayan yun. So, kaya nung ginawa namin yung online namin, when we transitioned to it, I made it a point that it should be easy. And we should be able to use platforms and services that are familiar to the parents to use. So, a lot of the parents, majority have Viber as a messaging platform. So I used Viber because there is a function there, yung Viber communities, that maintains privacy. So sa Viber communities, you don't see the numbers of the people who are in the community. You can message them separately, pero it is only through Viber. Hindi mo sila ma-message if you don't have privately. You can't call them on their cell phones na using the conventional way. You have to call them or message them through Viber only.
So iba pa yan sa Viber group, Noni. Iba pa yan sa Viber group. Makikita mo yung number, di ba?
Sa Viber group, makikita mo yung number. Pero sa Viber group kasi, limited din yung population size. Viber group only has about 200 max participants. Makikita mo ngayon, and actually, part of it, sa DOH, merong Viber community, yung Inquirer, so you get updates there. So I use that because there's privacy there, and we want to make sure that we maintain the privacy of the parents. So we're using that to communicate with the parents, the schedules, and we give them the Zoom link. Yung Zoom naman, madali naman mag-login sa Zoom. Just download the app in your phones or the client in your laptops, and then you can go there. And then Google Classroom, you can easily access it if you have a Google account. And I think most everyone has a Google account naman. So those are the things. So yun you should look for a service that is easy to use. Kasi it is a new mode eh. And for parents who are working from home, added stress yun kung kailangan mo pang halongkatin kung paano mo tutulungan yung anak mo. So kailangan maging madali. And I think it falls on the schools to be able to make it as easy and as pain-free as possible to the parents who are using it. So yun yung yung tanong mo, nasagot ko yung tanong mo, Rich. Haba ng sagot ko. So yun yung isang insight ko, I think. So for us, so yun yung insight ko from my older kids' experience, and yun yung The other thing pala, and I think it's crucially important to mention is schools are regulated by DepEd. And the schools that your child is attending, if they're offering an online class, those classes have to be operating under a permit from DepEd. So there's a process for that. And you have to also make sure that, because you want to make sure that whatever you're doing now can still be continued on down the line. Kasi yun nga, sayang naman kung mag-aaral ka ng homeschool ng isang taon, tapos ma-realize mo, malalaman mo yung ginawa pa ng anak mo hindi pala valid, o hindi pala sa iyo honor, hindi siya i-credit na ginawa mo kasi unauthorized yung provider mong kinuha. So yun yung isang dapat tingnan din ng parents, making sure that the schools are accredited by DepEd, they give learning reference numbers to their kids, and they have a permit to offer online classes. And then secondly, that the schools platforms are easy to use, and you will not have a hard time using those platforms in your life. Kasi, yun nga, less stress, less worries as much as possible.
All right.
Ayan.
Before we go to Anne, tanong ko lang about Viber communities. Kasi alam ko you need
Yes, sir.
to apply for that. Tama ba? Or you can just create your own community?
You can create your own community. Hindi siya
Okay.
hindi siya paid service. Hindi ko alam kung paano kumikita Viber actually. So totoo lang.
Okay. Sige, Anne.
I think yung pain na sinasabi ni H, ito yung current, no? Ang daming parents actually na nag-feedback niya na nag-work from home po kami. Bakit ganon? Parang kami rin ang nagtuturo sa mga bata. Parang hindi siya, kasi I think most of the schools ngayon na nangyayari, home study, not remote learning. Okay? So that's one of the things na natutunan din namin. Pero yung question ni H, paano? I think it would be best to include your children in your schedule talaga. Kasi kapag meron kayong schedule, doon tayo magiging productive. Ang magiging challenge dyan, kapag marami kang anak, tapos pare-pareho sila nagre-remote learning. That's one of the challenges na talagang kinakaharap nila ngayon. But what are you going to do pag ang hirap? Okay. Pwede mong approach dyan, you challenge the child, but don't show him that you're getting pissed off. Okay, mahirap yon mga magulang. But sabi nila, ang best way for the child to follow you is for them to like you first. So dapat, you listen to them. Very important that you listen to the children. Kasi kapag hindi ka nakikinig talaga, hindi ka nila pakikinggan. So give them a chance to operate first. So how do you want to do it? Let them plan. Let them plan it out. Kasi the more you give them that freedom, the more you give them that opportunity to be independent, then they will be. Kasi ang problema, di ko sinasabing lahat, pero generally speaking, ang mindset ng mga Pilipino, ayan, hindi ka na naman gumagawa. Right? Yan yung mga linyahan ng mga nanay natin dati, ayan, nakaharap ka na naman sa phone, blah, 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 things like that. But actually, you have to ask them first. Like, anak, kamusta ka? Mag-check-in ka naman. Remember, we're in pandemic. We're not expected to be perfect. We're not expected to be that productive. So, kamustahin mo muna yung anak mo. Kasi hindi lang ikaw ang hihirapan. In fact, mas mahirap yan sa anak mo. But, remember, that's why they are in school. They have to figure out ano yung nararamdaman nila emotionally. Ano tong physical changes na nakikita ko. They cannot say it. They cannot say na, they can say, Ma, ano nangyayari? They can only say, Ma, I'm bored. You have to learn how to read between the lines. They might tell you, Ma, ang hirap nito. But actually, they could be telling you na, Ma, can you be with me? You have to figure out the real emotions. Kaya nakakatulong na copywriter din ako, no? At the same time, you get to actually figure out the real emotion and not just the outer words. Very important. Lalo na yung kids. Sa totoo lang, kaya natin pinapasok ang school, sa school ang mga bata ay hindi para lang maging, dapat, hindi lang para maging intellectual, pero mas para maintindihan nila yung paligid nila at paano yun maglasama-sama. Like, example, siguro share ko yung, may mga magulang kasi na nagrereklamo. Kasi sabihin nila, alam mo teacher, yung anak ko, napakatamad. Magaling lang siya maglaro. But wait a minute, may skill din sa paglalaro. Actually, ang daming, ano bang tawag doon? Ang daming neurons na gumagana when you're playing. Then try to leverage on that. I usually, dati ginagawa ko to doon sa mga estudyante, no? Kasi magpapaalam teacher. Kasi I was teaching Catholic formation for our school before. So sasabihin niya, Chair, pwede bang absent ako bukas? Sabi ko, bakit? Kasi po, may tournament. Anong tournament? A Mobile Legend.
Sounds familiar.
So, I mean,
gamer.
Exactly. So, anong gusto niyang i-pertain doon? Not because ayokong pumasok, but I want to have that status na magaling din ako, gusto kong mag-champion, gusto kong magkaroon ng identity because sa school, palagi na lang grades ang usapan. So, siguro ako, ang masasabi ko doon sa mga parents, you try to listen more. Di ba, pag marketing nga, we listen to our customers. How about we listen to our children? Listen closely. Very crucial yan. Ang sarap pag-usapan ng bagay na yun, yung mga hidden message ng mga bata. We can have that session. Kasi sa totoo lang, yung kapatid ko rin, ganyan nag-aano siya, parang nagagalit siya. Halimbawa, yung pamangkin ko, hindi nag-work, hindi niya ginagawa to. But actually, kasi yung pamangkin ko, pag nakinig siya sa classroom, pick up niya na. I don't have to review, Ninang. I got it already. So, you have to know your child. Actually, this time is very difficult, but this is the best time for you to know your child, help your child, and actually find ways to do something together. Ito na yun, di ba? Dati laging sinasabi natin, yung anak ko, phone na lang ang kaharap. Girl, this is it. This is the best time. Actually, doon sa page namin, doon sa Mano, Amiga, we've figured kasi na isa sa mga pains ng magulang, wala na kaming mapagawa sa anak namin, puro na lang YouTube. So, isa sa mga parang laman ng content namin would be links kung saan very educational. Meron kaming, makakatulong yun sa'yo. Kasi di ba hindi mo pinag-YouTube yung anak mo? We've found a website na para siyang audiobook, pero pang kids. Kinder hanggang grade 3 can use that. I forgot but it's in our page.
Actually, I love that idea, yung sinasabi mo na parang ako nga feeling ko, ito yung feel sa bahay namin na parang bumalik kami sa 90s na walang internet. Alam mo yung feeling na sa akin ako, I encourage my kid to get bored kasi doon ko nakikita yung play niya. So ako, yun nga, siguro dahil common teacher ako, hindi ako masyadong parang nakabox dun sa traditional learning na dapat, kung ano yung instructions na binigay ko, yun ang susundin mo, hindi ganon. Kami ni nung husband ko, we're much freer sa kanya pagdating sa play. So, yung mga, I'm not sure if you're familiar, yung mga stickbot.
Yeah.
Yun yung Lego stickbot na nakikita ko yung mga ginagawa niyang mga like puzzles, like yung mga crafts na ginagawa niya. Gumagawa siya ng tangke, yung stickbot nilalagay niya sa loob, tapos pinapahaba niya. Mommy, this is long legs, ganyan. Parang, Daddy, long legs. You know, the stickbot. Tapos sabi kumbaga parang we intentionally really take off the gadget. Kasi yung boredom, ito yung hindi minsan nagigets nung ibang parents boredom is actually a chance to be creative. And when they're creative, mas gumagana yung functions ng brain niya. So even if hindi siya yung katulad nung measurable na sinasabi natin pagdating sa grades, na mabibigyan mo siya hindi mo naman sasabihin na 85 ka kasi ganito lang yung kulang ng structure yung puzzle mo or whatever. So sa akin kasi yung anak ko kasi pinamok. Ang diagnosis sa kanya kasi is speech and communication disorder. So it's under autism. So
Alright.
sabi ng doctor way back, siguro mga 4 years ago when we started with the therapy, ang sabi sa kanya is, ang problem niya is nag-echolalia siya. So, unlike sa atin, kapag nagpo-process ka ng information, whenever I'm speaking, you're analyzing it so that you would know how to respond. So, sa kanya, in between those communication lines, napuputol siya. So, ang tendency niya, ulitin niya yung sinasabi mo. So, kami, yun na yung naging parang way namin to train him na more on conversation. Kaya hindi rin talaga ako strict when it comes to like structuring. Pero ang nakakatuwa, kasi ito alam ni Daise to eh. Kasi Daise has been my reference then when it comes to homeschooling. And ako, ang naging method ko for homeschooling my kid is more on reading stories. Yun talaga yung pinaka. Kasi once they understand how to read, kasi ako din, rin ako, sa mga nag-iisip ko na math ang tinuturo ko, hindi po, bobo po ako sa hindi ako nagpapanggap ng trigo ang tinuturo ko. I was a teacher, so yung mga higher levels, magmula sa preschool hanggang higher levels, yun yung tinuturo ko. And one thing that I also learned while I was a teacher was that reading unlocks everything. So kahit sabihin mo na, yan, kaya tama talaga eh. Whether it's preschool, whether it's kahit anong level niyan, make sure that your kids are reading. Make sure that they are bored. They're bored enough to pick up something that they can learn from. Whether it's a comic book, whether it's a newspaper, whether it's a magazine. Make sure na nagbabasa sila. Kasi hindi naman kailangan puro textbook yung binabasa eh. Kasi, ko po, ang mga writers, kami mga writers talaga, kahit, alam mo yung mga print ng t-shirt, binabasa talaga namin. So ako din, boredom is gives birth to creativity. So let them be bored. Tanggalin niyo yung gadgets, hayaan mo mag-usap kayo, magkwentuhan kayo dyan, create stories, magtugtungan kayo ng mga kung ano-ano. Basta let your kids be bored.
So tama-tama, sagutin natin yung tanong ng isang, hindi kasi lumalabas sa akin yung person na nagtanong, kamusta daw ang attention ng mga bata kapag online class? And how do you help them na maintain that attention? Noni?
Excited yung mga bata eh. Excited sila to see their teachers and to see their peers. For the first, siguro mga 20 minutes. So, okay. Yung during kasi yung right now we're using the free Zoom session pero by tomorrow's May already. So, we're getting the free version ng Zoom para walang time limit.
Paid version.
Yung paid version kasi walang time limit sa meeting nun eh. Yung ngayon kasi yung free version ng Zoom 40 minutes lang yung limit sa time.
Pero di ba may Noni, may pag-education school libre dapat?
Daw, pero
talaga?
Libre. Actually, Anne, even in Google Classroom, since you're a non-profit, it's free, and the entire suite of Google is free.
We actually have that, but we can't use it. The kids won't be able to access. A lot of data would be needed, so we can't utilize.
Pero sa Zoom, dapat nga may sabi nila free, pero wala pang, I've been applying since
anything free I like.
Hindi ka nag-iisa. I've been applying since the start of the ECQ. Walang pang response sa akin eh. So might as well bite the bullet. And so we're getting a paid account for each of our teachers to use once the school year starts. Para wala silang limit to interact with their kids. Pero yun nga, naubos yung aming session sa pag-hi hello ng mga bata. So, but after a while, they get into the rhythm, nasasanay na sila. Hindi, mababore lang kasi sila, I think, kung yung delivery mo ng iyong lessons are also medyo lackadaisical. Medyo matamlay. Buti na lang yung mga teachers namin, very energetic, very engage sila. Ngayon nga, I think that's one thing naman na we're offering also for parents na hindi naman nila kailangan sila magtuturo sa mga bata kasi nga we're doing it for you still. We're still teaching the kids through Zoom. So that stress of the parent kasi yun nga, nakikita ko nga ako mismo sa mga anak ko parts hindi ko na sila kaya turuan. Yung aking older kids, yung 14, 15-year-old kong kids, 15, 16-year-old kong kids, hindi ko na kaya, yung bunso na lang, kaya ko paturuan ng konti. Kaya
sabihin mo yung mga ages ng mga anak mo para...
I have an incoming grade 11. She's going to the arts and design tracks sa Zubel. And then an incoming grade 10. And then an incoming grade 6.
Okay.
So, yung aking older kids, they would tell you that they would prefer that their mom is the one that teaches them. Kasi ako, I cannot have that the patience to go through it with them. So, but yeah, thankfully our teachers naman have that patience. Ayun, so ewan ko. Ano may tanong? Nakalimutan ko na yung tanong.
Nalimutan ko na.
Can they focus? Can they focus?
Okay.
Can they focus? Oh, they can. Pero yun nga. Well, they can focus, but especially for younger kids, you can't have monotonous activity. So you have to have a lot of variations. So pag online, meron kang, we have active circle time. So the teachers stand up, they dance around, they move around, and they ask the kids to do the same. For activities also, may activities na interactive. Kasi sa Zoom din, you can annotate, you can write on the screen. So they do that. The teachers, if the kids are using an iPad or even a laptop, using a trackpad, they can write on the screen and it's gonna come out on the screen. So they do that. And then sometimes they have activities that they have to get out their art materials, and then they do it real time, and then the teachers are just guiding them. Teachers are guiding them do the activities online. The teacher online, tapos nakikita ng teachers yung bata kasi nakikita mo sa screen kung ano ginagawa ng bata. Ang kailangan nilang gawin ng magulang is to aid lang the child. So kung masabihin kanyari ng magulang, teachers, mommies, can you please have the kid show their activities or bring up on to the ano. So sometimes we have the kids bring out materials from their homes. Gagawa sila ng drums using empty bottles or old shoebox, or gagawa sila ng meron silang mga pets, papakita nila yung pet nila gano'n, show and tell, or minsan may bring me. So yung bring me masaya kasi literal bring me siya. So yung teacher sabihin, bring me 500 peso bill. So tatakbo yung bata, hanap ng 500 pesos, papakita gano'n, unahan sila. Bring me a sack. So tatakbo, so gano'n. A lot of variations. Oh, marami ano.
Parang party sa Jollibee,
Oo. Marami. So, yun yung challenge. Yun yung challenge talaga that di sila mabobore, but if the teachers are engaging, if the teachers are the traditional ones na nakaupo, tapos nakikinig, boring yun. I mean, I've tried it. I can't sit through a 2-hour-long session kung nakaupo ka lang, di ba?
Yeah, exactly.
Boring.
I wouldn't want that.
Daise, you have something to add, Daise?
Yeah, just earlier, I was just nodding constantly as teacher Marianne was saying something about, listening to the kids. Because there are people, but I know like the feeling of the moms na parang they became homeschoolers overnight. So I totally understand how overwhelming that must feel. Pero I just want us, like the parents, to be conscious then with our statements like, oh, I'm stuck at home with my kids. Kasi it goes both ways eh. Parang the kid then, in his mind, will say, oh, I'm stuck with mom. So parang, diba, we don't want that to be the mindset of the kids. Yes. So just parang acknowledging that na we be careful with what we say. And then, yun nga, yung listen to them. Kasi for the longest time, we wanted to have more time with them, and now is literally the time na we are given that time. So the government is like planning or how we will move forward. The institutions you're enrolled in are planning how to move forward. So take this time to pause and just get to know your child. Especially kung nasa growing years na yan or kung nasa early years, then bond with them. Make them see na you still see them, especially dun sa mga work at home moms. And yun lang. Kasi, yun nga, the vocabulary we say feeds into the children's subconscious. So if we say, naku, anong gagawin itong anak ko? Stuck na ako dito, ang dami ko pang trabaho. Siya, may isip na, si mama, feeling niya stuck siya with me. So I'm stuck with mom. So let's just be mindful of that. And siguro another thing that causes overwhelm is, di ba summer ngayon, maraming usual summer activities na nawala, like swimming, mga camps. So marami na rin namang nag-transition online. So if like your child, like yung daughter ko, she usually does summer camps dito sa BF, sa Aguirre, may mga art class kasi, wala na. So maraming online classes that teaches art. Like even in Instagram, if you follow, i-type mo na yung hashtag art lessons or art, ang dami nang lumalabas na nag-stories talaga sila on how to do art, calligraphy. And then for books, I totally agree. You can check out storynori.com. Ang dami ng classical audiobooks narrated beautifully. And then just constantly reading to them kasi sometimes we underestimate our kids na parang, ay, baka high level pa to, hindi maintindihan. Pero there's so much to learn from just reading a good book. Kasi di ba sabi ni Einstein, if you want them to be smart, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be smarter, read them more fairy tales. So classical literature, ang dami na dong makakover. Like, especially for young kids kasi it's very, kasi yung text nun very rich, so that adds into their vocabulary, and then their mind really is at play kasi they're constantly imagining. So parang hindi tayo ma-overwhelm parents. Siguro on my end lang, what I would suggest, if there's just one thing, parang get into conversations with your child on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be planned. Alam mo yun yung parang, usapin mo lang, get to know really what your child is interested in. And even yung mga games nga, I know mahirap talaga iwasan yan, pero maybe it's a time for you to look into ano ba talaga interesting with this game and use that as like a starting point or jumping off point para since you're interested and then interested dun sa ginagawa nila, when the time comes na you want them to do something that maybe will help them academically dahil kailangan sa school, then they'll be more likely to obey and listen kasi, oh, mom respected why I do this. She took the time to really understand. Then parang, natural reaction niya is to also listen to you. Yun lang. Kaya I was nodding to this kay Teacher Anne. And kay Teacher Noni, na, as he was sharing, I was just asking, parang yung teachers kaya na-extend yung sweldo. So I totally admire that, you also took them in consideration kasi they really are our heroes, and I thank you for your efforts in ensuring that they are well taken care of. And si Teacher Marianne din na parang, grabe, kasi pala ikaw, what do you call that? Non-profit. So just amazing the work, no? So I'm learning a lot. So appreciate our guest today. Thank you.
If I can also just add to what they said, and I think for all parents then, it's crucially important overall, I think, that we don't pressure our kids. We don't force them. On any situations, whether it has to do with traditional schooling, conventional schooling or online schooling, especially now during this pandemic. It should be something that walang stress, walang pressure. Kasi, it's been proven that kids learn. We all learn best. We all learn best if we are in the proper disposition, if we are in the proper mindset. And kaya ayun namang ako natuturo sa kanila kasi nasistress sila eh. Kasi nasistress ako. So, it's the same way. We have to, I think, let them be kids, and especially now, it's a summer. My kids kasi my kids are athletes eh. So the past several years, pag summer, dyan yung mga tournaments, dyan yung mga bumabiyahe kami kasi may tournament sila sa provinces, sa ibang mga palarong pambansa, all of these things. And I was thinking, before all of this, I was gearing myself up na, oh my God, ito na naman, magsasummer na naman, tad na naman tayo sa tournaments, tad na naman tayo sa extracurricular activities. And I was thinking, kailan kaya ako makakapagpahinga? Kailan kaya kami makakapag Tapos ito, boom, cancel lahat. So,
yan, binigay sa iyo.
Oo nga, be careful what you ask for. So ngayon, my kids are kids they're not bored. My kids aren't bored. One of the things that we found as a family that we like doing is cooking. And my kids have been cooking with my wife. Right now, right now they started just earlier this week with a keto diet. So ngayon lahat sila, yung my wife and
Wow.
my two boys.
Sila. Ikaw.
Oh, sila lang. So no carbs. So magluluto sila. Gawa sila sarap ng kanin talaga. Nagawa sila ng mga meals sila. But before that, no starting ECQ, we were baking. So I think everybody was baking no starting ECQ. We were making our own bread, pretzels, pizza, maraming opportunities. Pero I also understand and appreciate that kahit paano we are in a privileged situation and we are we have it good. And I think that's something that we shouldn't forget, that there are a lot of people right now who are having a harder time, who may not be able to meet the requirements for their families, to be able to give them food and to be able to like kanina, I went to our branch in Multi because I gave some money to our staff kasi wala silang work. So wala ring working family niya. So binigyan ko siya ng pera kasi wala lang silang pera. And then I gave them rice also last week. Kasi walang so it's I think more than for our kids, if we are privileged enough and have that blessing maybe to give them the chance to be bored, that's wonderful. But it's also crucially important, I think, to also be able to help people where we can, and to be able to aid each other however we can. Yun lang. Just wanted to add that.
Yeah, thank you, Noni. Well, especially parang yung topic natin ngayon naging parenting na. And I think as entrepreneurs, parang parents din pala tayo, di ba? Like si Noni, di ba? You have teachers and workers sa preschool. So, I think yung let's go back to the main topic, yung how to proof your business, especially if you have...
Ay, iba pa rin usapan natin?
Oh. So, this is the second half of our second half. Mag-aalas 6 na.
Sarap ng kwento.
Introduction lang pala kanina, no?
Okay, so I'm MARV. So yun nga. So kasi meron tayong mga, like we have regular viewers, si Mala, she has tutoring center, tama, di ba? So parang she's been having, but I think she's transitioning to online, pero I'm sure a lot of schools or small business owners are struggling right now. So ano yung parang what do you think, how can they, well, na-discuss naman natin, no, like na nag-transition, you've slowly transition to online. Pero what if wala silang idea on how to do it? What do you suggest yung maging first step nila? Siguro si Anne.
Oo. Gusto magsalita. Siguro kaya minessage ko talaga si Marvs kasi yun nga, dahil sa education field ako, I've met a lot of principals who are at a halt right now. Like, they don't know what to do. Yung may mga tutorial centers, they don't know what to do. But for me, this is the best time for tutorial centers. You're going to go boom. As in, number one, kanina, binanggit ni H, ang dami ng frustrated na magulang. Wow, that's pain. So, dapat lang, yung tutorial center, you're really capable of, you're animated. Kasi at this point, hindi po ubra yung turong text mo, basa ko. It's not gonna work. You have to be animated. You have to be more creative. You really have to understand your students. I think ang sarap magturo sa mga teachers ngayong panahon na to. Kasi naging kampante rin yung mga teachers, may technology naman, ito na lang. But, they've forgotten the creativity in teaching. Yung beauty ng teaching na nakikita mo yung bata na nagre-rejoice dahil nagawa niya. Hindi yung nagre-rejoice kang teacher dahil naturo mo. That's a fail for me. Like, kasi marami ngayon parang, yes, ang galing ng pagkakaturo ko. But wait, have you thought about like your kid in front of you? Nag-yes ba siya? Dapat hindi ikaw yung nag-yes. Dapat nag-yes ka dahil nakuha niya yung sagot or naintindihan niya yung tinuro mo. So siguro to answer lang yung paano mo mape-prepare yung school, no? What are you supposed to do first? You have to take advantage of the free social media that we have. Yan, papasok na yung mga marketing minds natin. Very important. Like, kami non-profit. If you could imagine, ang aming karaniwan, hindi naman lahat, pero katulad ng binanggit ko kanina kay Marvin, 74% ng aming population are paying low or, coming from the low-income families. So talagang hirap din kami sa mga estudyante. So what do we do? Or what are we doing right now? I think yun nga, we're taking advantage or we're leveraging on social media. But how? Ano ipopost namin? Hindi ba para nakaka-insulto na mga maglalagay dyan, enroll now, di ba? No, we're not doing that yet. What we're doing is we make sure that we provide value to the parents and to the kids. Now we have 3 pillars that are very important to our organization. First, quality digital learning. We have to ensure that. Number 2, mental health, because everybody is affected, especially the kids. They just can't say it, guys. The third one would be relief operations and community building. Very important sa amin. Actually, today, medyo crazy kaya habang nag-webinar tayo, I was in communication kasi nagre-release may operation kami, nag-outreach kami ngayon. We're giving away to our community yung mga parents namin na talagang medyo nahihirapan na dahil arawan ng kanilang kita. So kahit pa paano nakakakuha kami ng donations. Salamat sa mga pari, kung ano donors. So yan, yan sa content ng aming social media, we planned it kasi at the beginning parang hinahayaan ko lang yung aming marketing officer, but now we have to be strategic. We can't just post anything. So number 1, we have to help the parents. So ano ba yung mga needs nila? We really identified spiritual, mental, and then educating them about the current situation. So ganun yung content namin. Plus, we've identified din na dahil nga maraming magulang, ang gusto nila, busy yung anak nila, we have to help them find websites na madadala nila yung anak nila. So one of the things nga yung stories.audible.com kasi libre siya ngayon. A lot of books na audiobooks, ayun, available siya doon. What else? Also, we feature our frontliners na part ng community namin. Like, meron kaming mga nurses na magulang, meron kaming mga street sweeper. So we feature them, and then siguro we make them feel na they belong in our community, that they're not alone, that pwede kayong kumanta, we're all in this together. But it's true, we have to create that culture. Kaya nga natuwa ako kay Marv's nung kinreate niya to kasi we have to be together right now. Everyone is upset, everyone is down. So we really have to help each other. And using the social media would be helpful for everyone dahil lahat mataas ang open rate, mataas ang pag-reach natin dahil binubuksan nila. So why not make it helpful for them? So meron din kaming session, ni-require ko yung pari namin na every Sunday, he would create a video para ma-inspire yung mga magulang. And then yung aming school psychologist, nagpatulong din ako. So nag-create siya ng series wherein she's teaching about mental health, kung paano makaka-cope up. And then next week, guys, you can join. Meron kaming mental health challenge. Just like our page. Mano, Amiga Academy yan. So, yun nga, Marv's, I think when you promote, you don't just promote the school. You have to be authentic with your brand. Like, you have to stick with your brand. Our brand is to transform the community. And so, we also created some workshops para help namin because in our survey, may mga parents na nagsasabi na, can you give us work? We can't. We don't have money. But we can teach them how to fish. So I've invited some freelancers to conduct, what's this? To conduct how to work from home. Yan, sa March 11, between March 11 to 15, yan, gagawin namin yan. And then, I'll invite you guys next time kasi hindi yun first time.
Sure.
Also, we'll be conducting then parenting seminar on tech. It's about what teens wish parents knew about technology. Yan. So, yun, yung mga ganong content ang ginagawa namin ngayon. And we're very happy na somehow, nagkakaroon naman kami ng inquiries. And one more thing pala, very important to update your parents. How are you going to move forward? Because that is very critical. Katulad nga nung sinabi kanina ni Teacher Noni na you have to choose the right school na dapat ito yung blah, blah, blah. They can provide everything that you think your child would need. So dapat update mo sila so that they can make a logical decision, a wise decision kung mag-stay ba sila. And at the same time, kapag tayo ay nag-i-inform ng maayos sa ating magulang, they feel important. They feel that you're concerned. Like kanina we conducted, may nag-FB live ako, gamit ko rin yung StreamYard. We informed them about the flexibility on paying. Kasi again, hirap ngayon, di ba? So kailangan tulungan namin silang makapagbayad at the same time, provide quality education. So I think to wrap it up lang doon sa part na yon, very important to listen to the needs of your customers. And then put them up in your social media. And be sincere. I think that's very important. Kasi iba gusto lang ng content. But I think if you're sincere and you really want to fulfill your mission. Katulad ng sinabi ni Teacher Noni, actually nakakaiyak yung graduation via yung digital graduation. I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine. Kaya kami naka-reschedule pa lang. Mahirap yan, very emotional talaga. So, yeah, you take this opportunity to listen to your customers. Conduct surveys. Huwag tayong mahiyang mag-survey. Yung mga may tutorial center, tanongin nyo sila what they want. Kasi sasabihin naman nila yon. Sobrang straightforward nila ngayon dahil wala silang mapaglabasan ng sama ng loob. So, pagkakataon nyo yan, dahil galit na galit sila, magagamit nyo yung mga yon, then take advantage of that. Dahil kuhang-kuha mo yung pain, yun ang gamitin mo. Make sure na ikaw talaga yung solution dun sa problems nila. Like yung sinabi ni H na problema na yung mga working moms or working dads, kailangan pa nilang magturo. Make sure na magiging independent yung bata the way you deliver the lesson. Yun, that's how you do it. Hindi ko sinabing perfect na kami, na nakakuha kami ng mga sadyante, not yet, but I think it's working. And it's gonna work for you as well. Yun lang, Marv. Sabi kong sinabi, but yeah.
Thank you, Anne. So, I think we're about to end this session. Pero ayun, I'd like to give Noni rin the opportunity yung to talk about yung parang ano yung ginawa na marketing activity so that you can get yung students, new students especially. Is this related to the presentation? Pwede ba natin?
Well, sige. Mamaya, share ko lang muna yung yung how we're pandemic proofing our schools.
Go.
Sa tingin ko kasi, dalawa yun eh. There's two things that you should, as a school owner, or maybe as any businessman or entrepreneur naman, there are two things you have to consider. First off, paano yung brick and mortar mo? Secondly, how will you transition to online modalities? So yun yung challenges. As a school, what are we doing to prepare our brick and mortar? So even before the ECQ was announced, when COVID was discovered and naging prevalent siya, since early February or late January, we heightened our health protocols. So we had more regular hand washing sessions, had hand sanitizers installed, pinagbawalan ang kumuha kami ng digital nung mura pa yung digital thermometers noon. Ngayon mahal na siya. We got it before at like 800 pesos yata or 600 pesos yung digital thermometers. So we got those, one for each center. So we had the kids checked and the parents checked pagpasok nila. And then we also got UV light treatment, so to add to our sanitation. So that's something we've been doing before pa the ECQ. Because to avoid that. Now, as we resume, what are the other things that we plan to do? And I think for schools, this is something that you should be doing. First off, aside from maintaining those health standards, you should add more pa. Number one, how do you do physical distancing? And actually, Anne, I think this ties into what you were saying. We have to, I think, change the narrative. We should move away from saying social distancing because di mo naman gusto maghiwalay yung social interaction eh. Ang gusto mo lang, interact tayo pero chong, malayo ka ng konti. Di ba? Kasi may stigma eh. Or may, di ba, unwittingly perhaps, you're saying socially we're distant, but we're just saying we're socially still together but apart. So how do you do that? How do you do as a school? How will you manage physical distancing? So big challenge yan, especially for schools that do not have online capacity. For us, since we have online capacity, we have the ability to do physical distancing. So we are giving the parents the modalities to choose from either a full online class session with us. So for the entire school year, kung gusto nila, online class yung kanilang mga anak. So we will deliver the online instruction as to how we were doing it regularly. Kung hindi naman nila gusto mag-online, if they feel that they can manage to bring their kids to school until otherwise announced by DOH or the government, we will impose a class schedule na they will go to school on a staggered basis. So ang dalawang options namin ngayon na pinag-aaralan, number one is either if the kids will go to school, ang gagawin namin, kung ilan yung kids na nag-enroll sa class na regular, we will half it. So half of the class will go to school half of the time. So if there's, say, 12 kids enrolled in a class per session, 6 kids will go to school. The first option is 6 kids will go to school on Mondays and Tuesdays. The other half will go to school on Thursdays and Fridays. So Wednesdays will be a designated cleanup day. The other option is half of the 6 kids will go to school 1 week. The other 6 will go to school the next week. May pros and cons yun eh. Ang pros and cons nun, kapag yung twice a week ang pasok ng bata, mas may regularity yung bata. Kasi every week pumapasok siya, meron siyang regular schedule. Bakit namin ginawa na Monday, Tuesday? Para limited yung interaction nila. Na yun lang yung group nila. Yung 6 kids na yun. Yung other kids na pupunta, ibang session sila. So walang cross-contamination. Same theory naman dun sa alternating weeks. Ang pasok ng mga bata, pasok mo ng group 1 na 6 kids, week 1 and week 3. Pasok nung group 2 na 7 to 12, week 2 and week 4. Ang pro nun is, mas marami silang face-to-face sessions with the teacher. They will have theoretically 10 per month. Yung sa Twice a week, 8 lang per month ang kanilang session. Yun ang pro nun. Ang con naman nun is, kung schedule mong pumasok at nagkasakit yung bata, wala siya, hindi siya makakapasok. So, tsaka wala yung regularity kasi mahaba yung 1 week break for a kid for them to be able to, especially for a younger kid, for them to be able to go into the rhythm again of learning. So yun yung modalities. So, to pandemic-proof it, number one, you have to make sure that your brick and mortar will be equipped to manage it. So aside from that nga, we will be putting up, if possible, in centers na kaya, maglalagay ako ng hand washing basin or station sa labas. Parang meron sa San Miguel, meron ganoon. Nakita ko yun sa Ayala ba, na may tangke ng best tank, tapos may basin sa labas bago pumasok. So we'll have that. And then we'll have foot baths before they enter the school perimeter para malinis. Tapos pagpasok nila sa campus mismo, bawal ang sapatos. So you limit that interaction. And then physical distancing for teachers and kids, bawal ang hugs muna. Kasi traditionally, it's been a practice that kids hug their teachers as a show of affection. Pero right now, bawal muna yun. Then definitely PPE. So challenge yan for the business owners. Where do we get PPEs na mura? Grabe ang presyo ngayon ng mga face mask. Kalokohan. Nung pumutok ang taal, yung face mask na dating piso, naging 3 piso. Ngayon dahil sa COVID, yung face mask na piso, 25 pesos na. Crazy.
Grabe.
Crazy. So, big challenge yan. When we return from ECQ to GCQ, where do we get PPEs for our employees? We get face masks. We get face masks na washable. So, depende. For us, what we're doing, we plan to get our kids also face shields. So we will give our kids face shields to be able to add to their protection, and then we will give the option for parents to purchase extra face shields for their kids to use. So yun yung mga preparations. Brick and mortar and online. Yun yung ano.
Yeah. I think yung shinare ni Noni hindi lang sa applicable sa schools, sa businesses. I mean, kahit sa office, ganyan rin yung Team A, Team B. Ganyan din yung plano ng mga companies after ECQ, GCQ. So, I hope yung mga nanonood sa ating mga business owners will be able to learn from what yung practices na shinare ni Noni today. And of course, ni Anne and everyone. Anything to add, ladies, Daise and H?
Si Daise muna.
Hindi, sige. Well, for me, siguro to add, ano ba? I mean, everything has been shared, especially along the topic na of how to COVID-proof your business if you have like an online school. So siguro, more on the overall feeling na lang of overwhelm and stress. If ever...
Or yung takeaway na lang pala, since we're closing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, my takeaway is really that, our school administrators and our teachers, especially our guests right now, are just really so passionate. Alam mo yun? And I'm sure marami pang ganyan. And I mean, I respect teachers now since the longest time, since I've been raised in one. Pero ngayon, mas lalo kasi nakikita mo yung will, and like even in the news, diba? Walang pay or something. Pero sila ngayon gumagawa ng effort ng plan, paano na pagpasokan na and stuff like that. So just kudos to Teacher Noni and Anne. And I admire you both for what you do. And yeah, if ever we feel overwhelmed for everyone, let's just focus on one thing that we can do. Na if we get it done, we'll be happy and okay for the day. So at least, diba, tomorrow there's another day. So yeah, those are my takeaways. Thank you.
Thank you, Daise. H?
Ako naman ang takeaway ko talaga. This is, I think, kahit medyo hindi maganda yung nangyayari, nobody wants to be in this situation that we are right now. But I think it's a good challenge for everyone in the education business or in the education system. Kasi I think it's about time that things change. I love that it's like a wake-up call for everyone to update everything and then focus really on the child. dito sa private room, I'm chatting na. Ang dami-dami ko gusto sabihin sana kasi ako personally, I'm not a fan of the traditional setting kasi nga considered ako na parang rebel student. So parang
Pasaway.
oo, kasi yung katulad ng sinasabi ni Teacher Anna, yung ayoko kasi nung pag lalo na kapag 'di ba yung mga teachers nung dating-dati pa na parang pag na-discuss na tas uulitin, tas parang i-check kung naintindihan mo tapos pag hindi pwede na maiba yung words, kailangan word per word yun yung masagot mo. So parang to like be pandemic proof. I agree with everything that they're saying that there needs to be a change. And of course, it should be focused on how the child will come out better after this. So, I appreciate guys your time. And ako as a teacher din, since teacher naman ako dati, teacher pa rin ako ngayon sa anak ko, I love that there are still teachers who are still so passionate about their work and who are so in love with their students and who think about what's good for them. And I think people or teachers should also like learn a bit, a thing or two. Kasi mahirap din yung mahirap talagang mahalin mo yung trabaho kung hindi ka funded ng maayos. Diba? So it's also, I think, a call for the government to give more value to teachers para yung passion nila dun sa ginagawa nila magkaroon din ng fruition kasi they also should be benefiting. You can't give from an empty cup. So it's time for us to rethink how we're doing education, how we're teaching our kids, how we're treating the teachers. And Marv, I would like to thank you for giving these teachers the opportunity to share what they know, to share what their situations are. Kasi parang sa ngayon, iba yung focus natin eh. Parang masyadong, for some, nakikita ko sa masyadong nakafocus tayo sa sitwasyon natin. Unlike these people who are thinking about the situation of their students. So, yun, we're being forced to change and I hope we're changing for the better. Yun yung pinaka-takeaway ko doon.
Thank you, H. Ako naman, siguro ako yung takeaway ko as a parent na our kids are in good hands with passionate teachers like Teacher Noni and Teacher Ann. And hopefully through this session, yung mga teachers na or owners of schools will learn from this na may pag-asa. I mean, kaya pa rin i-continue yung school. Hindi magsasara yan even with COVID. And then, yeah, I'd just like to mention, thank Anne for reaching out to me to na you want to help, no, to give inspiration and education to fellow schools and owners ng schools. And that's why that tama-tama nag-uusap kami ni Noni and naisip ko na why not also invite Noni para we have another perspective then. So yeah, before we go, siguro I'll start with Anne. If you have siguro invite them, tell them how they can reach out to you and siguro how they can learn more about your school. And then we'll also end with Noni yung same thing, that his message, and then how we can contact him or and learn more about Little Archers. So Anne?
Ako, yung mga school owners, feel free to add me on Facebook. I'll be happy to share best practices dahil ito yung time talaga na magsama-sama tayo, mag-brainstorm tayo. Kasi hindi mag-work yung education community kung kanya-kanya tayo. If you're thinking of how do I get their clients, that's not how it's gonna work. This is the best time. It's 21st century. We're training the children to collab. Guys, we're supposed to collab. So please reach out. I'm gonna give my time. I'm gonna share. Sir Noni, let's connect kasi I need to ask a lot of things then.
Yeah, dito na, ayun na.
Siguro sa mga teachers, I know it's not easy. Nobody wants this. But with your heart and passion, kaya natin to. Kailangan lang nating mag-training. And ang passion, hindi yan naaaral. Pero yung skill, magagawa natin yan. So, yes, kaya natin to. If I could, siguro kung pwede ko itong gawing opportunity na magtawag ng mga teachers, tara, i-train natin yung ibang mga teachers, mga freelancers, introduce nyo yung mga tools nyo. Kasi ako, ini-introduce ko sa amin. Niyayakag ko yung principal namin to try StreamYard and a lot of things. Zoom. Ayun, freelancers, hi! Welcome kayo kasi we need some workshops then. Again, we're not limited to teaching just the children. We're transforming the community. So we need a lot of people around us transform our community. So I hope you could help us transform our community. If you're also willing to give, help on the devices of the kids, feel free to reach out then. And if you also want to give relief goods to the community, we'll be happy to connect with you rin. Thank you, Marvs, for this opportunity. Daise, Sir Noni, and H, thank you very much. I really love the interaction. And i-highlight ko lang yung sinabi kanina ni Daise. Totoo yun, words are powerful. And that's the reason dati tinatawag po yung pamangkin ko na makulit dahil takbo siya ng takbo. But remember, children were meant to play. So if they are playing, let them be. Because if they're not playing, they're sick. So pumili po kayo. Let them be. It's okay. If you want, reframe it. That's why yung pamangkin ko ang tawag namin good person. Kasi pag in-associate mo talaga yung a negative connotation, they bring it with them, they label themselves, and they prove it to you. So let's watch them. Let's watch our words and watch them grow. Let's use positive words. And yeah, let's help each other. Let's collab, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Anne, how do they reach out to you? Search for Mano Amiga on Facebook?
Sige, you can send a message to Dela Cruz at manoamiga.ph. Ay, mali ako. manoamigaph.org, or you can look for me, Unstoppable Perky, sa Facebook.
Okay. Sige, let's put that sa comments na lang later. Thank you, Anne. And Noni?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Presentation.
Yes, thank you, Marvs. Thank you, Anne, H, and Daise for a wonderful afternoon. Last messages. I agree. I agree with hindi ba wag na yung Marvs,
sorry.
It's I don't want to plug that anymore.
Hindi na.
I think well, we can see it on our website. So plug muna, you can go to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/littlearchers. That's all our social media. Littlearchers.com is our website. And you can give us an email at littlearchers@gmail.com and at info@littlearchers.com. So, last messages ko lang. I agree, definitely, that we should focus on our kids. And as a progressive educator, it's crucially important for us to take care of the individual. And in this case, the individual closest to us are our kids and our learners. Which is why for us, in the past 14 years that we've been doing this, we've been teaching kids, we've maintained one tagline. And that has been, we want our school to be a place where every day is a fun learning experience. And we want to make sure that our kids are always having fun while they learn. And they're always finding the joy and the passion in learning new things. It's a big challenge, this COVID thing. Pero I'm sure when all of us work together and just do our best effort, sabi nga sa Frozen 2, ano yun?
Let it go? Ay, hindi pala. Ito pala.
Frozen 2 eh. Diba sa Frozen 2, yung line nila is, when you don't know where to go, you just do the next best thing or the next right thing.
Yes.
So, right now, it's really we don't know we don't know what the horizon looks like. But what we can make sure lang is we do what is right in front of us and we do it right. We do it correctly. We do it properly. So we just have to hope that everyone works together and has that mindset. and that we will all be able to get through this and find a way to bounce back and to be able to live our lives better. And last point, um, if we don't get out of this ECQ, of this pandemic, realizing that we have to change how we're doing a lot of things, we have failed. We have to change how we do capitalism. We have to change how we treat the last and the least of our population. Right now, they're the ones working. Yung mga tendera, yung garbage collectors, yung mga lahat ng mga taong di mo pinapansin, sila nagpapagana sa atin. Kung wala sila, chaos tayo. We have to change that. We have to change our healthcare. Thankfully, in the Philippines, we have better healthcare than America. You know, my dad had COVID. My dad was patient 461.
Yeah, nga pala.
Ang bill niya was something like 700,000 pesos. Sinagot lahat ng PhilHealth, yung lahat ng bill niya. So, yun nga, we have better. Pero yun nga, we have to change. We have to change a lot of things. And we have to change how we see the environment, how we take care of our environment. So, yun nga, last message for everyone, not just school owners, not just parents, but for everyone, we have to get out of this pandemic, making sure we leave a better world for everyone.
All right. How can I top that? Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers. Ako rin, tubig to. Cheers. So thank you, Noni. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Daise. Thank you, H. Thank you, everyone, for joining us again in this COVID break. Please join our group, samahangroup.org. Sabi nga ni Noni, change. So we're doing this because yung reason talaga, yung people were fearful, tapos parang and stuck, and parang wala nang pag-asa after being bombarded in the news by all these negative stuff about and worrying stuff about COVID. But we're here to help you and guide you, and mga sessions like this, hopefully you come out as a better person, as a better citizen after COVID. So thank you again, guys. Please join us again next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, 4 p.m. for another COVID break session. Thank you. Peace, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.